While livestock feeders will still face tight grain supplies through winter, farmers and ranchers with cattle have not only had to buy high-priced corn, but they also face a lack of forages. The latest National Agricultural Statistics Service report said 97% of the state's pastures are in poor or very poor condition. We talked with UNL Extension beef veterinarian Richard Randle in Meade this week about both the normal seasonal prep for cattle producers and about how drought has changed the timing of some management decisions.
Well, obviously with the difficult challenges we've had this year, there have been early weaning taking place, so calves coming off of cows early. There has been early preg checking going on and trying to find those cows that aren't productive, open, or having other problems, and trying to remove them because of feed shortages as early as possible.
Let's move into some of those individually. Preg checking, you said some has already gone on.
That's right. I've been talking to a number of vets across the state, and a fair amount of early preg checking has taken place, but there's still a vast number of animals out there that are still in need of preg checking, and this is getting closer into that normal time that occurs.
What do you look for in those cows, body score wise, and even those open cows?
Well, we're looking obviously to find those animals that are going to be at a disadvantage going into the winter. So we'd like to see the body condition in those cows at least 5.5 at this point in time in preg check. We'd like to see those young animals, especially first calf heifers, that could be at a bigger disadvantage to be up there at that 5.5, maybe even pushing 6. But recognize with the feed shortages that we've already had, likelihood is that there's going to be a number of those animals that are going to be lower condition than we normally like to expect. And so we need to think about paying closer attention to those animals going into the winter to ensure that they're not going to get so far behind. It's going to really affect us next year as we try to breed back.
Not really much you can do at this point with just the amount of forages that there really aren't.
That's true, other than recognizing that those particular animals that are at high risk, like those young first calf animals, might need to be thought about in terms of different feeding strategies, separating them from adult animals so the competition wouldn't be there. And in addition to finding those open cows that we certainly don't want to carry over the winter, we want to maybe look at a little closer culling from the standpoint of things like teeth, eyes, feet and legs, udders, culling a little deeper into those herds, any of those animals that might have some of that disadvantage.
So you see more culling that could go on here as we go through maybe the next month or so?
Well, I would certainly expect so. We've got some hard decisions to make going into the winter time after this difficult summer, and we need to have that herd as compact as possible. Dealing with these short feed sources and recognizing that our biggest concern is going to be reproductive performance next year, and a lot of that's going to be dependent on how they come through the winter, and starting right now is the time to set that up for as much success as possible.
You touched on this. We've seen some early weaning that already went on a month or so ago. What's the condition of those calves or those cows that are coming off? Certainly
those calves that have been early weaned, different market avenues for them. Some of them, in the worst case scenarios, went right straight to market. Some of those calves were probably held for a period of time on site and may be still there and going through the normal marketing processes now. One of the concerns that we would have is those that have not early weaned may have some calves that they're weaning, but rather than normally backgrounding them like they might, because of shortages may be moving on into the market avenues, so those animals may not have the typical backgrounding set up for them like we'd like to see them have in some cases.
So bottom line, overall, there could be some culling going on, but these are essentially the cows you have until we get through to next spring, maybe.
That's basically what you're setting yourself up for. You're trying to get to that point, say that this is what I'm going to try to make it through the winter with. So you need to find those best candidates. Ensure that you've got every opportunity to make use of what short food sources that you have, and have the best chance that they will come out of the winter next spring in relatively decent enough shape, so we expect good reproductive performance next spring.
And as you saw in the background, a quick harvest is allowing cattle producers an early opportunity to graze in cornfields. For crop producers looking to rent out corn stalks this fall, the Crop Watch website has a tool to help you and your renter agree on an appropriate price.